Hello, boys and girls. My name is Silo. This is Bob. Bob is here to keep me on track. It is currently late in November in the year 2020, the year of the presidential election. Currently, the media says that Mr. Joe Biden has been elected president. Joe has told us that the day after he is sworn in, on day one, he plans to reverse at least 4 of President Donald Trump's actions with a swipe of his mighty pen. This is a personal message to Joe Biden. Mr. Biden, if you are sworn in as president, and if on day one you take your magic pen and you erase 4 of the things that Donald Trump has done, I have some recommendations for you for day 2 forward. On day number 2, I would take your mighty pen and I would give your son Biden and all of your children and your wife and a few friends a blanket presidential pardon for all illegal activities, past, present, and for the next 10 days. And then tell your son and any of his siblings that they have 10 days to stop whatever it is they're doing before everything kicks back in and they can be found guilty again. Give your son and his siblings and your wife and a few friends full presidential pardon. How do you explain this to the American people? Tell them that this is for unity's sake. Tell them that this is so that no one will ever have anything that they can hold over your head to force you to do something that you don't want to do. And then, Mr. Biden, I want you to realize what it is that you have in your hands. You have a magic wand. This pen that you hold in your hands from day 2 forward is a magic wand. And you can do with it anything you want. And you have just been elected to the highest office on the entire planet. You are now the most powerful person on this planet. And to make this more exciting, everyone who knows you expects you to die in office. Well, that sucks. So what I suggest that you do on day 2 is to grab a camera like the one I've got in front of me and invite Hillary Clinton into your office and have one of your interns print up a list of all the crimes that she has supposedly committed. And tell Hillary, get a camera like the one I've got here, and tell Hillary Clinton that you are prepared to grant her a blanket immunity, a full presidential pardon to anything and any crime that she admits to on camera. And then sit down and go over the list. And if she tells you about Whitewater, eliminate that from the list. The McDougal stuff, remove that from the list. Selling national secrets to the Russians, remove that from the list. Her role in Benghazi, remove that from the list. Everything that's on her list, including the state trooper who mysteriously died after giving her a ticket. Have her admit to everything and anything on your list. And then tell her your re-election PAC, Political Action Committee, for 2024 needs a $100 million donation. And give her until a week from Thursday. And then let her know that if your Presidential Action Committee funds have received a donation of $100 million by a week from Thursday, you will grant her a full presidential pardon for anything that she's admitted to on camera. Then, have your people make 4 duplicates of whatever's on the camera and put them in 4 different secret locations. And after the check is cleared for your Political Action Committee for 2024, grant Hillary Clinton a full and blanket presidential pardon for everything that she personally admitted to you for. Nothing less and nothing more. If anybody ever questions what exactly you have given her blanket immunity for, you can refer back to the tape. But if she wants, just have her say, I admitted everything that you're coming after me for. I admitted to the president. He gave me a pardon. After that, on day 3, call in everyone that you know who has deep pockets and offer them the same deal. Call in Nancy Pelosi. Call in Chuck Schumer. Call in Barack Obama. There's a deep wallet, and there is a list of items that deserve to be recorded on tape. And don't just make it people from the Democrat Party. Don't make it just Democrat leaders. Invite Mark Zuckerberg in from Facebook. Invite Jack Dempsey from Twitter. Invite both of those guys in. Say, I will give you a full presidential pardon for anything that you admit while you're on camera. And when the news media or anybody starts questioning why you are doing this, say, it is time for unity. Come on, man. It's time for unity. I'm doing this so that none of these people will have anything over their heads which could prevent the unification of this country. You have been given a magic pen. They expect you to die in office. I would take this magic pen, and as the President of the United States, the highest office in the entire world, I would do anything I wanted until the day I died. I would do anything I wanted until the day I died. What was that for? I didn't go off the rails.
Bob has quotas.
Quotas. All right, let me continue. I have another piece of advice for you that you should do as soon as you're sworn in. After you have been sworn in, and after you have given your speech on the Capitol steps, the first thing that you should do right away is fire Kamala Harris. Fire her immediately and give the position of vice president to Pence. Despite being under the most intelligent person for the last 4 years, Pence is essentially a sheepish swamp creature. He will do as vice president anything you tell him to. Don't have him switch parties. Have him become your vice president as a Republican. Why would you do this? Because there will not be a single Democrat who will ever do anything against you knowing that Pence would be president. It doesn't matter what you do or who you do it to. They would rather have a Democrat in office than a possible Republican successor step in. And after that, sir, you have a magical pen that can do anything you want. So if, by some amazing circumstance, Nancy Pelosi or the mainstream media starts an investigation into your office, use your magic pen and make their children disappear. If Nancy Pelosi, for example, starts an impeachment process against you, or starts considering using the 25th Amendment against you to have you removed from office, wave your magic pen and make her son disappear. And then you call her into your office and you say, you were planning on impeaching me. You just lost your son. You want to make it to Joe Biden. You are the most powerful man in the universe. With your magic pen, you can make anyone you want vanish. If for some reason the head of CNN got it in his mind to start an investigation of you, bring out your magic pen and make his daughter disappear. Invite him into your office. Say, I heard you were going to start an investigation of me. I also heard your daughter disappeared. For the sake of unity, don't you think you should call off the investigation? And whenever he agrees to do so for the sake of unity, have his daughter magically reappear. And call him into your office again and say, we will never speak of this again. Joe Biden, if you are sworn in as president, and if you make Pence your vice president immediately, you will have a magic pen that can grant any wish that you have. You have Pence below you as a shield against any actions that would be taken against you, and you can take your magic pen and turn it into a sword and smite any enemy that may come against you. They're expecting you to die in office. Maybe you will. I don't know. But you know something? Until that day happens, I would use those 3 resources, magic wand, Pence, and my sword, and I would live life to the fullest. In fact, you could pass an edict that says that all of your interns should be little girls with long hair that smell like strawberries. You are the most powerful man in the universe. If anybody doesn't like it, You wave the pen, you point it in their direction, and you say, I don't think you want to do that. And then you spend the next 4 to 8 years doing whatever the hell you want. That is my recommendation, Mr. Biden. If you get sworn in January, I recommend that you make the rest of your life the most comfortable that anyone has ever had. My name is Silo, and these are my words.